Hey guys, so I've got some stuff to show you. I finished a couple projects and I was going to show you some of the jewelry that's in the store. I just got the doilies listed finally, so there's doilies in the store. And yeah, I'll show you the jewelry when I'm done showing you what I made. So I altered this box for Leslie. Um, And it's not too embellished because I didn't want to cover up this, because you can put a picture in here, so I figured she could put a picture of her grandma or her dogs or whatever she wants. And it's just a flower cluster. Some of the flowers I got from Bonnie. A lot of them came from Craft Supplies 1. And then that's kind of tiny. Here's one of the little roses that Shay had made. I love them. And that's the inside. I don't really like this pink velvet, but it's not like I could exactly change the color. And I figured she could put her rings in it or something. I don't know. She do whatever she wants with it. She can rip out the inside. I don't care. But yeah, this is the box that Santa gave me for Christmas. And so I just painted it purple and chalked the edges. So the second thing I got done, one of my mom's best friends, Debbie, just lost her cat. It was kind of a unique situation where Debbie was a permanent foster home. She fostered a cat for a vet's office, and the cat was suffering from kidney disease, and she had him for about a year. His name was Ming. He was a really sweet cat, and basically as a permanent foster, she provided the loving home for him, and the vet's office took care of all of the extensive medical bills that Ming had. So she's very upset, and I wanted to make her something. I know it was really comforting to me when, my friends had made me stuff for Pebbles when she had passed. Excuse me. And Debbie's kind of old-fashioned. 2013 was the first year she had a cell phone, so she doesn't own a camera. So she didn't have any pictures of Ming, so I had to figure something out, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to try my hands at mixed media the best I could. And I think it turned out pretty neato. And here is the canvas. It's kind of large, so here's the bottom. Sorry, it's too big for you really to get a good close-up of it. But, I didn't really have a whole lot of things that would be commonly used for mixed media, like gesso or texture paste or all those really cool stencils, good acrylic paint, yada yada yada. You guys know what I mean. I was basically trying mixed media with the bare essentials. So what I did first was I tore up a whole bunch of scrapbook paper from my scrap box, which is kind of pointless now because it pretty much all got covered up except for a couple spots that you can see it. Like you can see some lined paper there. There's some spotty paper. There was a good part where you could see swirly paper, but then the cat's butt covered it up. So yeah, I Mod Podged a whole menagerie of scrapbook paper on there, and it was looking kind of crazy. And you know, the one thing I learned about watching all the mixed media videos was that you just kind of had to do it. You know, you couldn't think about it. You just kind of had to do it and do it until it worked. So that's what I did. So everything was looking kind of crazy with the scrapbook paper. So then there's a piece of tissue paper from Christmas wrapping on my bed. So then I Mod Podged the entire surface real good and just laid the tissue paper on it without, excuse me, without, you know, straightening it out, and then took my sponge brush and just smashed it on to give it these creases. Goodness, okay. I don't have a drink in here. I can't wet my mouth. So then because I wanted to, you know, use a tissue paper to tone it down a lot. It didn't tone it down a whole lot. So then I grab out the paints, and I decided to use these little paint pots, because when I first started crafting, this is what I had. I had these little, you know, these little paint pots that are all connected together. Yeah. And I thought it would be a good opportunity to use up all these little paint pots that I had. So I started smearing the paint on with my fingers, and I was having such a good time smearing paint on with my hands, and you can still see it on this edge. It was a very vibrant canvas. Not the type of color, you know, I wouldn't choose neon colors as a memorial piece. So then I smudged some fabric paint on there, Deco Art So Soft fabric paint. I had smudged this shimmering peach on there, and it was a little bright. So then I smudged some of this shimmering gray sky on there, and I toned it down a little bit, and then I'm like, you know what, this is still too bright. So then I squirt way too much on there, and I'm like spatulaing, using my spatula and just scraping the paint up across the canvas and trying to blend it in and mash it in, and it ended up toning it down really beautifully, I think. But all that paint kind of lost the pattern paper, but that's okay. I think it still turned out cool, and it looks shimmery. On the edges, I have these Gel-N rolls. See if it'll focus. Gel-N roll. I don't know if it'll focus for you. It says Gel-N roll crayon by Aurora, A-U-R-O-R-A. I got these when I was very early teens from my neighbor. I held on to the craft kit that long because I was so afraid that it wouldn't be perfect anymore. Now that I'm an adult, I decided to use my childhood craft supplies. And I discovered that these worked. Although I've never used an actual name brand gelato before, I assume these are just like gelatos because they're, you know, it's like a gel, and it really spreads with water. So that's what I use for the edges to kind of darken it up. Then I painted the cat on there. I don't know how to paint. So if you don't know how to paint, the best thing to do is do a silhouette of something. And I got this silhouette off of, I think it was DeviantArt or something like that. And I just traced the cat on some tracing paper, cut it out, and then I took a really light blue marker. It was one of those La Plume markers Bonnie had given me. Traced the cat from the cutout that I made of the tracing paper. Traced around the cutout, and then painted the cat with black acrylic paint. I might do a another coat because I got some pastels on them. And then I wasn't sure what to do around the cat, so I got these stencils from my mom for Christmas a couple years ago. And I know she got them at the Dollar Tree. And I just stenciled. I made a whole bunch of powder for my chalk pastels, and then smashed the powder onto the stencils to get the flowers and the butterflies and all that. So that was my first mixed media canvas, and you know, I like it. I think it turned out really nice, and I'm proud because I'm proud that, you know, I think I was able to, you know, make something decent out of the basic art supplies. So, excuse me. That would be the canvas. Okay, so I won't show you all of them. But we've got some Druzy sets in the store. I've been busy with the store. There's the earrings, but I don't know if it'll focus. But it's a Druzy with Chinese crystals, pearls. 2 Druzys on the earrings. Some of them are sets, some of them are just necklaces. Here's a black and white one. I so wanted to take this one for myself. I wanted it so bad. See if it'll focus for you. But very sparkly. The earrings don't have Druzys on them, but there's pearls and crystals. So here's another one, Druzy earrings that go with it. And it's hard to tell in the pictures, but on this necklace it has lavender pearls in it, but the lavender is so light you can really only tell in person. There's a purple one. Purple Druzy at least. It might be lavender pearls. The color is so light it's hard to tell. There's a bunch of brown ones on there. This one's got flower-shaped freshwater pearls on it. You can't really tell. Should have had like a white piece of paper up here. Anyways, Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm kind of annoyed with my mother. She stuck jewelry in my jewelry pouch again. That's not in the store, so I need to go back over with her and figure out what she stuck in my jewelry pouch that does not belong in here. Because if I haven't photographed it, it doesn't go in the jewelry pouch. Anyways, ooh, I should say this one. I like this one. We've got a cameo necklace up in the store already, but she had made this one, and then there's a one, and then it's a sterling silver bezel around the cameo. Anyways, yeah. Hope you guys had a good weekend. We had the power go out. I was talking to my mother about this, and we are both really impressed of how little the power goes out around here. Because, you know, we live in the boonies. We live, you know, pretty far. We've got, you know, there's a community around the lake, but then you have to drive a little bit to reach civilization. So, but we were talking about how very impressed, we were with the lack of power outages, you know, and we had the power go out, last night, and it was back up within a couple hours. And, you know, the winds have been so bad here, and the rain, you know, there's trees falling across roads, you know, branches hitting everything, you know, the mile stretch long, the mile long road that stretches out of here that leads to the actual main road, that was, the water had flooded over it. So, you know, we don't live in a flood area, but it's just been raining so bad. But yeah, we're very impressed with the lack of power outages and how fast they get the power back up. And I think it's because, you know, a lot of tax dollars around here at least go towards preventative maintenance, like trimming tree branches back and all that good stuff. So, you know, when a tree does, you know, when a bad storm does hit, you know, you don't have thousands of homes without power. So anyways, stop rambling. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Woo! God, I hate it when my kids. That's been our weather, but with more rain. No snow. We had tornadoes around here. I swear we were having a tornado, but it's just winds coming off of the ocean. I really need to invest in a good kite. That'd be epic. I'm afraid to walk out, show you the lake because of my camera. Anyways, that's it.